picture this. Bill Gates. Oh, yes, that Bill Gates. The World Economic Forum's favorite lapdog, the guy who's been jet-setting with Jeffrey Epstein while lecturing the rest of us about our carbon footprints, has just dropped a 17-page memo that's got the climate cultists clutching their reusable tote bags in absolute hysterics. Old Billy Boy, the emperor of computer viruses, the nerd perv who once told us we'd all be eating bugs in a cubicle apartment or face extinction, well, he's calling for a strategic pivot, folks, away from the endless fear-mongering over the weather. That's right, folks. He's telling his fellow apocalypse peddlers to pump the brakes on the doomsday clock. Global warming? Well, not quite. The civilization ender he and his big government pals have been shrieking about for decades. Now, this is kind of rich coming from a guy who spent years mocking anyone with a functioning brain who dared question the ever-shifting scam, global cooling, global warming, climate change, whatever the hell they're calling it today, extreme weather. A decade ago, Gates was out there preaching that neither democracy nor free markets could save us from fossil fuel Armageddon. No, sir. The only hope, he said, was for communist China and Obama's socialist utopia to team up with bigger government, more regulation, more programs, more agencies, more bureaucrats, and, of course, more of your money flushed right down the old green toilet to fight Mother Nature herself. But wait, there's more. Epstein's old travel buddy still insists climate change is serious. He just wants to kind of call off the apocalypse for now. After a little, thinky, Gates has decided scientific innovation might just be able to handle any hiccups without sending the government stormtroopers kicking down doors in search of your illegal toaster. Imagine that. The man who wanted non-billionaires rationing electricity, shunning kids, and living like cavemen is suddenly admitting there's wiggle room to the end of times script. Who knew? Oh, right. Anybody knew. Everybody knew who studied this crisis without swallowing the Kool-Aid. And folks, Gates didn't just nibble around the edges. He dropped 3 truth bombs that ought to make even the Greta Thunberg jellyfishes rethink their tentacle count. Truth bomb number 1. He says climate change is serious, but now it won't end civilization. The consensus now, well, Earth might warm 2 to 3 degrees by 2100. Not exactly the hellfire scenarios, because the world ditched those coal doom models for, well, reality. Truth bomb number 2, he says temperature ain't the scorecard for human progress. Well, back in the ideal 1870s, extreme weather killed tens of millions. Today, 2025 is on pace for the lowest death toll in history, thanks to tech, wealth, and good old American ingenuity, not the UN treaties. Truth bomb number 3, he says health and prosperity are the real shields against climate whims. Want resilience? Make everyone as rich as the Yanks. Development is adaptation. Of course, the timing is suspicious. Gates flips to nuclear power and hydrocarbons right when his AI empire needs juice to rival, well, a small country. It's one rule for the oligarchs, drill, baby, drill, and another for the rubes in the sod houses. But credit where credit's due, Gates just exposed the climate yarn for the ghost story it is, a power grab to make governments fatter and citizens more scared. Meanwhile, Obama's out there herding the lemmings, demanding new journalism to reaffirm the facts and slap regulatory constraints on wrong think, diversity of facts, unless you're a billionaire pivoting for profit. Folks, the climate hoax is the biggest pseudoscience scam since alchemy, bankrolled by taxpayer billions to keep fake academics and grants and politicians in control. CO2, the stuff that you exhale, is the villain? Please. If governments weren't paying prestigious whores to churn out propaganda, this would be laughed off the stage. But here's Gates joining the chorus of now sanity. The green priests are in a tizzy and the suckers are waking up. There's a reason carnival barkers love this crowd. 8 billion marks ready to dance to the master's tune. But stay tuned, America. The pivot is now full on, and the truth, well, it's winning. And that's tonight's first word.